I really love the empowerment deck. I think that it's really good to help us to, have some positive vibes. I talked in another video about it being okay um, not to always feel positive or have to, you know, uh, show a brave face to the world. Because let's face it, if you have a condition, and I'm not just talking, about Parkinson's, there's thousands of other conditions out there that people have to cope with every day. And so, we can't always put that brave face on and say everything's fine. And that's absolutely okay. But I always ask Spirit, what message, what do I need to know? And this is a follow on from uh, the other day where I pulled a card about not or releasing other people's emotions in that. Because we do take on, when we're compassionate, when we're empaths, when we care about other people, we can take on some of their energy or their sorrow or their grief. Unless you do a cleansing, every night after your day, which is a practice that I follow as as an empath, as a spiritual being. Um, then you're pretty much okay if you've released all that in the evening time before you head to bed. Then you're okay. But I thought this was a beautiful card actually to have drawn today. Practice self-compassion. I think the lotus here and the hands holding the lotus, I think that's absolutely beautiful. And I think the message is quite good. See yourself with loving kindness. Acknowledge your growth as an empath and honor the person you have become. Now, that takes me back to something my neurologist said to me at my last visit. So that was, it was October, or maybe it was November. I'm not sure. But what his words rang really, really true for me, because I told him that I'm so used to being a multitasker, articulate, doing 2, 3, 4 things at a time. And the reason I kind of harp on that is because when you're like that for your whole life, and then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but I mean from around December of 2024, you start to notice that those things are getting harder and harder. Then I got the diagnosis last year in July. So for 60 some odd years, I was doing all these things really, really well. And his words were, and I've said this before in another video, but I think they're really important. He says, you are in the process of letting go of the person that you were, and you're now trying to accept the person that you are. And he said that he understood how difficult that was, especially when you get hit with the diagnosis quite quickly after all your exams, your scans, and actually seeing the neuro team and all of that. He says it's it's like something has hit you out of nowhere. And he says, and it takes time to realize that your life has to change, your lifestyle needs tweaking, You're going to need to take a lot more rest. You're going to need to put yourself first, which is an act of self-care. I love my neurologist. I really do, because he's so spiritual in a sense. He's so kind, and he gets it. He absolutely gets it. So I think because we're always evolving and we're always growing, and I think we have to acknowledge how far we've come, and what we've done and where we are now. And I think that honoring who we are now is what's important. We can go back to past lives. We can go back to our life here on earth over the last however many years. And, you can look at what your ancestors did and the trauma that maybe was brought through generations. But at the end of the day, we have to treat ourselves with compassion as we move forward, because we're hoping that we've still got quite a while, to be on this earth. And if we can't practice self-compassion for ourselves, then I think we almost take a step back, right? Because we're compassionate for other people. That's easier, isn't it, actually, to feel compassion for other people than it is for ourselves, because we're then having to use energy and go, oh, right, okay, yeah, maybe I should focus on myself. Maybe I should be kinder to myself. Maybe I should get that little treat. Maybe after all that I've been through and I've done, and I'm at this place now, maybe I should honor that person. So you can't do everything that you could do a year ago. So some days your speech is compromised. Some days you get cramps. Some days your tremors are worse. Some days you can't, you don't have any energy, and all you want to do is just crawl in a ball. Well, that's who we are. That's who I am today. And so I do honestly believe we need to honor the person that we are now. And I think as an empath, we are growing every day. There's every day something that new that we learn, that we take on, that we messages from spirit, that things that synchronize, signs, that we notice, that we pick up on. And so today, as in the card, hold your hands together and just think about your heart in your hands. Like if you can visualize, your hands, and then like a pink heart, or even the lotus, if the lotus resonates with you better. And just give yourself that love. Just feel compassion for yourself. I think this is a really, really lovely card for the week. Something that we can all work on. Practicing self-compassion. Have a lovely day.